dads, more often than not, is the person in a child's life that expands the pictures of life. For example, again, generally speaking, if a child is doing something and the mother says, stop doing that, and the child says, why? The mother will say, because I told you so. And the conversation has now ended. Dads may say that from time to time, but it is most often the dad that when the child is challenged with something like that and asks why, the father will be the one to expand the picture and explain those rules into a bigger context of what could happen when they're 27 years old if they don't learn that lesson now. I'm not saying the child always listens to that, but the father by nature is wired by God to take a detail, because women are much more detail-oriented, and without it, civilization would have crashed eons ago. Men, by nature, are not that detail-driven. We are big picture. And so the father effect in a child's life takes those many details where maybe the mom would say, just stop it now. I don't want to hear anything else about it. Because I told you, that's why. A father is the one who'll say, well, let me explain to you why this is. And they are the ones who traditionally teach kids about the bigger pictures. Very specific things like dating, like sex stuff. Moms are like, just don't ever have sex your whole life. Just don't do it, just to be safe. Dads are, when it comes to daughters especially, probably much more protective than moms. That's why we're the ones almost always saying, go back upstairs and change. You're not wearing that to school, where moms are like, oh, what are you talking about? That's so cute. And her boobs are hanging out and her butt's hanging out, because the mom has never been a guy, so she doesn't know how guys think, so she thinks it's cute. Dads have been guys. They are guys. They've been boys. They know how boys think, and that's why they're the ones that are looking at the bigger picture, saying, get back up there and change. And when little Sally Ann says, well, why? Mommy said I could. Dads sit down and they usually say, let me tell you why. And they explain the unbridled lusts of teenage boys. Things that a mom has no ability to explain because she's never been one. I love the things that my wife brings to the table for my daughter, things that I could never take her place. It's just a role that I would fall so short in. But I'm grateful for my role with Hannah. I'm grateful that we've been able, because through the years I've not only been present, but I've inserted myself into her life. And we have developed a relationship where nothing is off the table. In every conversation, there is permission ahead of time to be wide open. And I make that clear to her. What do you need to ask me? What do you need to know? And I promise you, my child has sat down and asked me questions, some of them at too early of an age, I thought, that would make the average parent blush and say, why are you even bringing that up? What do you know about that? Where'd you hear that? Well, they do know about it. They do hear about it. And they're not going to talk to you about it unless you develop an environment of freedom for that. And I'm telling you, dads, somehow we have this gifted place in a child's life that if we work it right, our children become very comfortable to talk about.